Awujo here, and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is a part 2 of my 20 things that could happen to you after childbirth. As most of you on here know, I'm a mother of two, a 2-year-old and a 6-month-old. Childbirth comes with loads of changes and complications, which we as women don't speak about very often with confidence. This is why I'm doing this video, not just as a mom, but as a registered nurse and midwife, to let you moms and aspiring moms to be know the things that can happen to your body, or the changes that can happen to your body after childbirth. The aim of this video is not to scare you or to give you a dreadful representation of what childbirth is all about or what postnatal life is all about. It's just to create awareness so aspiring moms and other mothers know that there are a community of women who are going through this same thing they're going through, and also to let the world know the sacrifices moms make as mothers to take on the role of motherhood. Let's get going. I already posted the first half of this video, and this is the second half of this video. I hope you enjoyed. Number 11 thing that could happen to you after you have a baby is bigger feet. Before I had a child, I was a size 41. Now I'm a size 42, 41.5, 41. I literally have 3 to 4 sizes of shoes. Why do your feet get bigger after you have a child? Probably due to 2 things. 1, which is weight gain. 2, hormones again. Seems like hormones are always the culprits. Weight gain, obviously if you add weight, there's going to also be more flesh all around your body, so you have more fatty tissue all around your body, so you probably get bigger feet. Number 2, hormones. The hormone called relaxin is released when you're pregnant. The hormone called relaxin relaxes your ligaments and your pelvis, and this also affects your feet. So it flattens out the arc of your feet. So this, my darlings, is why you get bigger feet. Most times it's irreversible. For some people, like for me, when I lost weight, it became, some shoes, because I have really wide feet. So some shoes that were like tight became more comfortable when I lost weight. So it's irreversible, but yes, I feel like if it's due to weight loss, it can be managed to an extent. Another thing that could happen to you after childbirth is swollen fingers. Yep. Your precious wedding band might not fit anymore because you added weight, so your fingers are swollen. But before you go to enlarge your ring, make sure that you try to lose weight first. Enlarge your ring, and then it will be too big for your hand, for your finger, and you might risk losing your precious wedding band. So you could get swollen fingers after you have a baby. Number 13 thing that could happen to you after you have a baby. This one is a shocker. In fact, the day I heard it, I was shook. Motion sickness. Some women get motion sickness after they have a child. How people that never used to have motion sickness before we just start having motion sickness all of a sudden? And another culprit, we all know who the culprit is. Hormones again. Like female hormones, like it feels like they just have a mind of their own. They just do things that they feel like doing, make you do things, make you grow up, it's crazy. Motion sickness. So you could get motion sickness after you have a baby. Number 14 thing that could happen to you after you have a baby is postpartum thyroiditis, which is like, inflammation of your thyroid gland. Postpartum thyroiditis affects about 5 to 10% of women, and with this condition, your thyroid may either produce too much of the hormone or not enough thyroid hormones. So your thyroid gland may either produce too many thyroid hormones or not enough thyroid hormones. So that's what happens. Pregnancy comes with all sorts. It's like it's a huge package. I know it's a huge package, but it's a huge package. It comes with a lot of baggage. and your thyroid gland is responsible for metabolism, so that could explain why you're trying to lose so much weight. It's responsible for metabolism, so just imagine what will happen if you don't have enough thyroid in your system. Slow metabolism. How are you going to lose weight like that? So you could actually have postpartum thyroiditis after having a child. So, and the worst part is this postpartum thyroiditis can actually cause vaginal dryness. Women are going through a lot in this world, but if you don't talk about it, how are other women going to know? Number 15 thing that could happen after you have a baby that you probably never used to have before is heartburn. I can't even explain it. Heartburn. Like the first time I had my first serious heartburn was after I had a child. I was like, how the hell did my system change? And you know, I used to eat protein, eat anything I like at any time of the day, but some people get heartburn during pregnancy and it stops after pregnancy. But apparently breastfeeding can trigger heartburn. The same hormones that keep making our bodies do crazy things, yes. And if you probably had heartburn while you were pregnant, you probably have a risk of developing gastroesophageal reflux disease later in life. It's crazy things our bodies and its hormones do to us. 16 thing that happens to you, that could happen to you after childbirth. Your voice will change. This one I can testify because people message me and like, what happened to your voice? I'm like, I don't know, I had a baby and this is what my voice became. I answered the phone and people are answering me, hello sir. I'm like, it's not sir. Oh, they're like, oh, it's Tobechi's mommy. It's Tobechi's mommy. Childbirth can actually change your voice. I don't know how. This is an audio of me talking before I had a child. To be a representation of you. So before you say yes to now, this is an audio of me talking after I had a child. I love dance class and that's what happens on Saturday. It's crazy, right? Like, childbirth can actually make your voice change. According to research, pitch of a woman's voice can change with fertility, and it increases most times around her ovulation period. Increases following menopause. After pregnancy, there's a sharp drop-off, there's a sharp decline of sex hormones. So maybe this could influence your vocal cord dynamics or vocal control. Who knows? Like, we don't know. These hormones make us do crazy things. And the thing is, it could also be behavioral, you know. So a woman could actually be unknowingly trying to modulate her voice to enforce her parenting, you know. Like, hey, get up from there. Stand up from there now. You sit down there. If I come out, catch you there. You never know. It could happen. So your voice changes after you have a baby. It could be behavioral. It could be hormonal. And it couldn't also happen to you. It doesn't happen to everyone. Another thing that could happen to you after you have a baby is painful intercourse. Some women experience painful intercourse after they have a child. It could be due to scar tissue that was probably formed after some stitches were made from, you know, an episiotomy. Painful intercourse for some people, so it's hard for some people. It's hard for a lot of women after they have children. Number 18 thing that can happen after you have a baby is back pain. I have a lot of friends that have complained about back pain. So epidural causes back pain, but it's not on the long term. On the long term, epidural doesn't cause back pain, according to research though. I might be wrong, but from what I understand, it doesn't cause back pain on the long term, only on the short term after labor. But a lot of women have complained about back pain after childbirth, probably due to the strain from pregnancy. But the truth is, a lot of women have complained, saying, oh, their back pain continues after the postpartum period. But there's a lot of randomized studies and they say that epidural doesn't cause back pain. So I don't know. If you don't feel like, nobody should be judged for using epidural. Do what you want to do, okay? Everyone has a different threshold for pain, so don't let anybody shame you saying, oh, you use epidural, that means you're less of a woman or you're less of a mom. My darling, do what you need to do to push that baby out, okay? Number 19 is a famous one. Stretch marks. Like, I'm sure you were waiting for this time, right? Almost every woman that has been pregnant have had stretch marks, or for some it goes, for some it stays, for some it's temporary, while for some they've had it for the longest. The thing about stretch marks is you're living your best life and saying, oh, I didn't get stretch marks, like my body is perfect, and then first few months of your pregnancy, no stretch marks. 5 months, you're still feeling like a boss. 6 months, 7 months, and then on the 35th week, hey, you look in the mirror and then find tiger stripes. It happens to the best of us. Trust me, most of us that feel like, our skin is flaky, when stretch mark humbles you, when it humbles you, you just know that you can try all your best to stay, not add more than 30 pounds while you're pregnant. You can try all your best to drink all the healthy water there is to stay hydrated. You can limit sun exposure, eat all the foods, all your grains, high in antioxidants or antioxidants. You can eat foods that are high in fiber. And my darlings, you'll still get stretch marks. I just don't get it. How do you take care of your skin so much and still get stretch marks? It's just the rapid weight loss, weight gain. Like, you can't be too careful, to be honest. So I always advise to keep doing your pregnancy exercises or your after pregnancy workouts and everything, but you can still get stretch marks. You know, it happens to the best of us. But the good news is sometimes it's temporary. You can get stretch marks in the first few months, and after a while it starts to fade off. You can get stretch marks and it never leaves, you know. There are a lot of over-the-counter products that you can use for stretch marks, like bio oil and a couple of other, shea butter, a whole lot of other things that people can attest to. Before you go ahead to use some products, know that some of them can be passed on to your baby via breast milk, so you have to be very careful with products used to treat your stretch marks. There are other treatments like laser and all what's not, but to be honest, with stretch marks, I think the best way to go about it is just to embrace it. Love your stretch marks and they'll love you in return, and wear them in honor. You know, that is one of your awards and your stripe trophies for being a mom. Number 20, which is the last but not the least of the things that could happen to you after childbirth, is pelvic organ problem. This is more like a complication, but it happened to a friend of mine, so I'm going to talk about it. But it has a lot of medical terms involved, but I'm sure you can learn 1 or 2 from it. Like we know, the pelvic floor is the muscle that keeps all your pelvic organs in place. For instance, your uterus, your vagina, your bladder, your urethra, and your bowel. So what happens is, during pregnancy or after childbirth, or even the changes that occur during menopause, the muscles of the pelvic floor can become weakened, like weak. And any of these organs that I mentioned, they can slip from their normal position. No kidding. For instance, like a prolapsed uterus, like uterine prolapse, which a couple of women have. The uterus can begin like to slide down into the vagina. Yep, that's some really intense stuff. That's some really, scary stuff that women go through. And your bladder can also experience a prolapse. So you probably have pelvic organ prolapse. You have a feeling of fullness or pressure on your pelvis, like if you feel like you're sitting on a ball. First of all, let me say that I am not a doctor, and you should go to your gynae if you're having any of the symptoms, but I'm just trying to explain for those who don't know, they can understand. Probably feel like something's falling out of your vagina. You have like chronic constipation. You have difficulty with urinating. It causes low back pain. Like there are a whole lot of stuff that happens when any of these organs prolapse. So, you know, there are always exercises you can do to help the situation if it's not such a complicated pelvic prolapse. There are so many ways it can be treated. Hysterectomy, depending on what organ is affected, you know, I cannot be giving them treatments here, but there are so many things to do if your pelvic organ prolapse is not a serious one. You can do Kegels, you can avoid lifting heavy objects, avoid intense cardio, avoid intense exercises, do exercises that help connect with your pelvic floor, which I will be showing you guys, like I said, in my body back series videos, which I'll be showing you guys in the future. So pelvic organ prolapse is a condition that could happen after childbirth. You know, it happened to a friend of mine, so I have first-hand information on what that could feel like. This is one of those things, one of those scary, painful, mind-boggling things that could happen when you have a baby or after childbirth. So it's a wrap, guys. I already gave you 20 things that could happen to your body after childbirth. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you subscribe, like, comment, share. And the aim of this video is not to scare you, like I said. I hope this gives you some basic information and even a little about basic information of what happens to your body after childbirth and ways that you can manage it. For this video talking about pelvic floor diastasis recti, how I manage my diastasis recti and reconnected with my pelvic floor, I'll be showing you guys in a series of videos. You know, my YouTube is lit. Mummies should stay here, stay glued, because there's a whole lot of goodies for us, a whole lot of things to learn from, and keep you looking like the yummy mommy that you are. You know, see, I'm being nice. I'm not keeping all my secrets to myself. All those questions, how is your tummy staying flat, blah. I'll be telling you guys everything. So if there's any of you that have been through changes that I didn't mention in this video, leave a comment below and let us know your experience, and I'll be sure to share in the near future. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel if you're enjoying all the lovely content I'm giving you guys, and stay glued to my channel. Thank you for watching, guys. Bye.